We're heading into the final stretch of the fiscal year, and it's getting wild. The Diversity Visa program shuts down September 30th. EB2 and EB3 categories might hit a wall, and family-based cases are still stuck in limbo. Thousands are scrambling to make it in before the clock runs out. If your priority date's even close, this might be your last shot before everything slams shut for a while. So lean in, let's break it all down. The September 2025 Visa Bulletin is expected to mirror the trend of July and August. Minimal movement, increased unavailability, and a ticking clock for diversity visa applicants. While family sponsor cases are largely static across the board, employment-based categories like EB2 and EB3 are on the verge of shutting down due to maxed-out limits. For DV 2025 applicants, the absolute final deadline is September 30th, 2025. With only a few weeks left, the bulletin could decide the fate of thousands of applicants. The Visa Bulletin, published monthly by the U.S. Department of State, informs green card applicants when they can proceed based on their priority date, category, and country of chargeability. Each bulletin contains 2 key charts: final action dates when visas may be issued and dates for filing, when documents can be submitted. The National Visa Center uses these charts to trigger next steps for eligible applicants. Now let's look deeper into what the numbers are saying this month and what they're not. Family-based categories, another month of waiting for family-sponsored green cards. September is likely to bring little or no movement across most categories. Final action dates and dates for filing have remained flat throughout the summer, and that trend is expected to continue. As of now, F1, unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, is stuck at July 15, 2016 for most countries, with April 22, 2005 for Mexico, and July 15, 2012 for the Philippines. Dates for filing remain at September 1, 2017 globally, with Mexico at June 1, 2006, and the Philippines at April 22, 2015. F2A, which is usually the most favorable family category, still shows September 1, 2022 across all regions for final action and April 1, 2025 for filing. However, the department may hold this category in place going forward. F2B, unmarried adult children of green card holders, is locked at October 15, 2016 across the board, with January 1, 2007 for Mexico and April 15, 2012 for the Philippines. Filing dates show no change either, sitting at January 1, 2017 for most, April 1, 2008 for Mexico, and October 1, 2013 for the Philippines. For F3, married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, final action dates rest at August 1, 2011 worldwide and February 1, 2001 for Mexico, while the Philippines is still at December 1, 2003. Filing dates are equally flat, with July 22, 2012 for most, June 15, 2001 for Mexico, and December 1, 2004 for the Philippines. F4, siblings of U.S. citizens, remain static, January 1, 2008 globally, March 15, 2001 for Mexico, and January 1, 2006 for the Philippines. Filing dates are frozen at January 1, 2009 for all except India, which is December 1, 2006, Mexico at April 30, 2001, and the Philippines at January 1, 2008. This stagnation, especially for Mexico and the Philippines, is the result of overwhelming demand compounded by limited visa allocations. Unfortunately, no forward movement is expected in these categories for September. The backlog remains severe, and without any legislative change, these long wait times will likely continue into the next fiscal year. Employment-based categories, crisis in EB2 and EB3. The employment-based side is far more volatile. High demand combined with per-country limits and carryover depletion is pushing some categories into unavailability. For EB1, the good news is continued current status for most countries. However, India is stuck at February 15, 2022, and China at November 15, 2022. Both show no forward movement for September. EB2 is already at a breaking point. Final action dates show the category as unavailable U for all chargeability areas except India, which is January 1, 2013, and China at December 15, 2020. Given the note in the August bulletin, EB2 could become entirely unavailable in September once annual caps are reached. Similarly, EB3 is on the verge of unavailability. Right now, it's listed as unavailable for most of the world, with India stuck at May 22, 2013, and China at December 1, 2020. This category is under immense pressure, and honestly, it may shut down for the rest of fiscal year 2025. The other workers category has also entered a really critical phase. As of August, it was unavailable across most countries, with India still at May 22, 2013, and China significantly backlogged at May 1, 2017. EB4, Special Immigrants, continues its unavailable status across all countries and will stay that way until the start of the next fiscal year in October. EB5, Investor Visas, shows a bit of variation. The unreserved category remains current for most of the world, but India's cutoff date is November 15, 2019, and China's is even further back at December 8, 2015. Depending on final demand, this category could either hold or become unavailable. The takeaway is this: September could be the moment EB2 and EB3 fully shut down, a scenario we really haven't seen in years. Anyone nearing eligibility must act immediately or risk being locked out until October. Diversity Visa 2025. The clock is ticking. This is the final call for DV 2025 winners. By law, all diversity visas must be issued by September 30, 2025. After that date, no interviews will be scheduled, no exceptions granted, and any pending cases will be closed, even if they're halfway through the process. KFF numbers for September are projected as follows: Africa 58,500, Algeria 54,500, Egypt 52,000, Morocco 40,500, Asia 14,500, Iran 11,000, Nepal 14,450, Europe 23,000, Russia 22,950, Uzbekistan 15,000. North America, which is the Bahamas, is current Oceania 1,775, South America, and the Caribbean 2,825. Winners with high rank numbers should move fast. The closer your case number is to the cutoff, the higher the urgency. If your number is still below the regional cutoff for September, get the medical exam done, confirm your interview slot, and complete all paperwork before September 30th. DV winners often face delays at embassies due to staffing or local disruptions. So even if your interview is scheduled, don't assume you're safe. Push to complete your case as fast as possible because a visa issued on October 1st doesn't count. It must be approved and stamped by midnight, September 30th. Why the freeze? Understanding retrogression and unavailability. A major theme of the September Bulletin is retrogression and unavailability. When too many applicants reach the front of the line and there are more approvals than visas left, the Department of State either stops issuing visas, making them unavailable, or moves the date backward, which is called retrogression. This is what's happening now in EB2 and EB3. Demand is simply too high. Even though thousands of people have approved petitions and are documentarily qualified, the annual quotas have already been maxed, or are really close to it. Once that happens, USCIS and the consulates cannot issue green cards until October 1st, 2025, when the new fiscal year begins. It's also worth noting that NARA and the National Defense Authorization Act have further reduced the diversity visa cap from the usual 55,000 to around 52,000. That means fewer DVs will be issued this year compared to previous years. What to do now? Prepare, monitor, act fast. Applicants in any category should keep close tabs on the State Department's visa bulletin. Timing is everything. A delay of even a week could mean missing out on your green card this fiscal year. Document preparation is crucial. At a minimum, make sure you have a valid approved petition, like an I-130, I-140, or DV selection notice, along with an up-to-date passport and civil documents. You'll also need police certificates and medical exams, completed DS-260 or I-485 forms, and an assigned affidavit of support if that's required. The National Visa Center plays a huge role in this process. They determine who is documentarily qualified and invite eligible applicants to proceed. But if your category becomes unavailable after submission, you must wait until October, even if all documents are in. To wrap up this update, September 2025 is the final stretch of a difficult fiscal year for green card hopefuls. With many categories facing a hard stop and the DV program ending for the year, urgency is everything. Family-sponsored applicants won't see much change. Employment-based hopefuls may face a full freeze. Diversity visa winners must complete every step before the September 30th deadline or lose the opportunity forever. Watch the visa bulletin closely. Move fast and be ready for action the moment your date becomes current. Stay informed, stay ready, and don't let this window close on you.